Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shawnee Mission East Harbinger live broadcast. Tonight we've got the Shawnee Mission East Lancers taking on Olathe West. All right, there's Ryan Bowen in the shotgun. Tried to get it away. He's going to have to tuck it in and take the sack. There's some miscommunication between him and running back Cole Long there. We got started a little bit late, but it has been 0-0 ever since the 15-minute mark. Well, Dinner last week, obviously, it was a tough loss against Lawrence Free State for the team. It's kind of been a tough year for the most part for the Lancers. I mean, 2-5 coming from last year. There's Bowen, he's scanning the right side, fires, caught there by Preston Reynolds, and taken down around the 47, 48-yard line there for the Lancers. That's a big first down. Well, just about, yeah. Oh, actually third down though, after some penalties it looks like, so we've got third and nine for the Lancers. But yeah, they've had a tough year, Dinner. It's been tough for them. They're working around. All right, here's Bowen in the shotgun. He's scanning right, looking left now. Thought about taking it himself. Fires it in the middle. There, it's caught. First down. It looks like upstairs. Good job by Ryan Bowen there, turning something over.
What's up, bro?
Penalty on the play.
Where's those feedback for the ball around? Feedback for the ball around. Hey, keep working on time! Oh, hey! What are you talking about? Not only that, 5 was right there. That's part of the problem.
Alright, sorry about that. We're back with you guys. Second and 21 here for the Lancers.
Second and 21.
We've got Bowen. There's a motion there. Bowen in the pistol. Immediate. Oh, fake handoff. Ooh. Throw there to Preston Reynolds on the right side. Through his hands there, probably due to the cold. It's a pretty cold night tonight. But I mean, yeah, last week it was tough for the Lancers. It was 41-14 in Lawrence Free State. Bowen had 139 passing yards. France had 92 rushing yards. And Long came in with 72 receiving yards. But I mean, no real big standout numbers from anybody on offense. And I mean, the defense just, they couldn't really hold up themselves either. All right, Bowen calling for the motion. He's got 2 receivers to his left. Back in the shotgun, scanning downfield. Instead, fires it. Looks like that's to Cole Long. And Long trying to fight forward. Gets all the way around to the 28-yard line. Pretty close to a first down, so we'll see if they can have that much. Pretty good job by the Lancers there. Looking up for something like Lawder and penalties there, Alex. Yeah, I mean, they ought to go for it this far down the field.
Definitely falls.
Alright, here's Bowen. Big fourth down for the Lancers. Takes the snap. Fakes the give. It's a throw to Preston Reynolds. He caught it. Sticks it forward. And he's got it. It's a great shot by Ryan Bowen. For the short pass, but it's the short pass All right, here come the Lancers.
Come on, Andy!
Cole Long, the ball carrier. Gain of a yard on the play. 2nd and 9.
All right, Lancers in the huddle right now. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for them with 7 minutes left in the first quarter. We apologize for the clock. Technical difficulties there, but we do have 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter. All right, Bowen here taking in the shotgun. Immediate give off to Cole Long. Cole Long got a hole and makes his way up to around the 9-yard line. The Lancers offense are moving.
20-yard down.
Right.
He's such a good big guy that can
Right.
definitely throws the defense off.
Right. I mean, he's had a pretty good year on the run game. I mean, definitely stepped in as kind of the backup to Tony Friends, but he's been pretty active in the offense with 53 carries on 186 yards coming into this game. All right, here's Bowen. Takes the snap. Immediate give to Long again. Long trying to find the hole. Gets around 3 or 4 yards. But again, successful run. They're getting some.
The chain getting to Olathe West. It's just that little bit of a stop is where it really defense so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how the defense does coming out here. I mean, I guess the offense having a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. If they win this game, they will secure at least a home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. All right, there's Bowen. The give immediately. Taking it in is Cole Long to around the 1 or 2 yard line. I'm almost surprised we haven't seen Tony Friends out there yet.
Yeah, definitely. It's tonight a big difference though. Is that it's probably the chilliest football game of the year.
Right. This is definitely the coldest it's been.
The football's gonna be a little harder.
Right. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit harder to handle.
The last game against we played South, so had some rain and.
All right, here we go. Here's Bowen. Toss to Cole Long, trying to get up the right side. He does. That's a touchdown for the Lancers right now. And it only took about 10 minutes there to score. The Lancers now up 6-0. I mean, I'm pretty surprised. The Lancers putting out a little bit of flair on offense.
Yeah, no, definitely what you'd like to see. It would be interesting to see if our defense can always shut down their offense or if we're kind of having
right, if it's going to reciprocate. Yeah, we saw that a couple weeks ago with Olathe North, but we'll see there. Oh, there was a little bit of a muffed kick there, and it's going to be no good. So no good on the PAT by TJ LeBeer there. But yeah, we'll see what this Lancers defense can really do.
So we see a lot of coaches out there tonight wearing pink.
Right.
In support of
Breast cancer awareness, yeah. Yeah, tonight's the breast cancer awareness game. You got the student section repping that as well. Teachers were wearing those shirts today as well as Stuco. All right, so Lancers going to be kicking it off here at Lawrence Free State.
Good to see that early explosive offense. We're really not struggling, I feel like, for that touchdown.
No, I mean, it was pretty natural. It kind of surprised me. I mean, for how slow it seemed the offense was really operating, they were really finding pretty easy holes in the Olathe West defense that usually you're not going to find in the defense. Certainly not that they found last week against Free State. But I mean, yeah, I guess we'll see. Is this going to be the type of game that it was against Olathe North, where it's just going to be high scoring? Or is the Lancer defense going to secure? We'll see. All right, here's Olathe West taking off the kick. All right, he's running up the middle. He's got a little bit of space there up the right side. Cutting in around the side. He's still not stopped and finally pushed out by Preston Reynolds at around the 41 or 42 yard line there into enemy territory.
Yeah, no, there was definitely some great blocks there.
First and 10 at their own. And the Lanes are 43 yards.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not what you want coming out of a touchdown, but we're going to have to see whether or not there's a defensive front where the Lancers can really step up. I mean, so far this year it's been Ben Lecce and Coleman Wong manning up the defense in terms of their stats, so we'll see if they can kind of reciprocate that tonight. Keep it going. All right, here's Olathe West. Scanning in the shotgun, looked like he was going to take it himself, trying to get out of the pocket, and throws it complete there. It looks, yep, he's going to call it a catch. That's first down and around 5 now.
Great scramble by the quarterback there.
6-yard gain on the pass play from Alex Bird. Second and 4.
Go defense!
All right, sorry about that. We are back. Lancer defense holding down the front, but I mean, Olathe West able to get that first down. They're moving.
First down, Howell, at the 32-yard line.
Right. All right, here's Olathe West. In the shotgun, got 2 receivers on both sides. Up the middle. It's a run up the middle, and he's not stopped until about 8 yards down the field. So yeah, the defense, I mean, that was our question coming in, whether or not this was just going to be a game of offenses, whether or not East would at least come out with a little bit of fire, and they did, but not really able to stop them on the defensive front as much as we would have wanted to. And we've got around 4 minutes left in this first half. We're still working on that clock for you. All right, here's Olathe West. Trips left formation, got 3 receivers on the left. It's another handoff there. This time he's only going to get around 4 or 5, but still a pretty successful run there. Actually, probably around 7 or 8. And this offense continues to move, kind of much in the same way that East was. I mean, not a breakneck speed, but certainly pretty quick.
Yeah, both offenses just split the field and just take it 5, 6 yards.
First down now, 17-yard line.
All right, here they are again, still playing the shotgun. Fakes the give. It's a play-action throw up to the far side corner. Pretty great catch, and they're going to call it no good.
I think the throw was a little bit better.
Just about as good as that catch could have been. But yeah, I couldn't quite get it there.
That's incomplete. Second down.
All right, here we go. We're going to see another try. Likely they're going to go to the ground, or at least a little bit shorter of a pass, since they just had to touch the end zone here from around there. All right, it looks like they're going to take the option, trying to punch it as far as he can there, the quarterback taking it all the way into around the 12 or 13-yard line there. So it's going to be a third down and around 5 or 6 here. So another big third down play here. And I mean, at least if you're Olathe West, I can't see them not going for it. So it looks like they got about 2 plays to get 6 yards. Can stop them. All right, here they are. And yep, he's got inside, and that's a touchdown for Olathe West. Lancers couldn't quite stop him like they wanted to.
Really, if this early on we already got 2 scores, are we going to see
Yeah, I know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I got a feeling, I mean, coming out of this game at least, it looks like we're going to probably have a little bit more going on. I mean, coming out of that game, it was, or we're talking about that Olathe North game. I mean, it was pretty crazy. after the first quarter alone. I mean, they were in 14 with probably 21
Looks
all.
like they haven't put anything up on the scoreboard.
I'd say he's had at least 5. I was going to say 5, 6.
All right, sorry about that. And it looks as if there was a penalty, and they had to run it back, and then they essentially ran pretty close to the same play and got in for a touchdown there. Tied up here at 6, but I mean, if that tells you anything, it tells you that they were pretty much going to score that touchdown no matter what the Lancers are doing right now on defense. I mean, it doesn't look like the spirit's there, at least not right now. And that is going to be a completed field goal. We'll be right back with you after a short break here while we try to manage some things with that clock.
Point of touchdown is good.
I've heard a lot about you.
National Bank is proud to partner with the Shawnee School District, 7 branches in Fairway, Overland Park, Shawnee, and Olathe. First National Bank provides full-service banking and superior customer experience. Find out with you first at First National Bank branch today or online at fnbk.com. First National Bank, proud supporter of the Shawnee School District. Member, FDIC.
All right, sorry about that. We are back with you guys here. It looks like kind of a short field there for the Lancers within the 20-yard line even. So, I mean, yeah, we've seen kind of a rough start here for the Lancers. I mean, tied up for a second, and then PAT, of course. But pretty slow defensively. We thought they might come out with a little bit more fire, maybe stop Olathe West and kind of retain that lead, but it looks as if I mean, this is going to be either a neck-and-neck game or the Lancers are going to have to do something. Looks like Cole Long trying to take it. Right.
Need a yard on the play, 2nd and 9 from the 18.
All right, we'll see what the Lancers go with here. They seemed pretty successful on the pass game. I mean, and they were pretty successful. They were pretty successful that route against teams like Olathe North, not so much against Free State though. And there's another run there. Looks like Cole Long.
3-yard gain on the play. It's 3rd and 6.
All right, it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Lancers here. Yeah, I wouldn't be.
This is the second meeting between Olathe West and East this week.
Right.
The two teams, and boy, that was a well-fought game by both sides.
Yeah, we'll get more to that in a second. Here's Ryan Bowen there taking the snap in the shotgun, trying to get out of the pocket. He's going to have to scramble, take it himself, and takes a pretty big hit there. And it's going to be 4th down for the Lancers. Gets helped up there by Tommy Foster pretty quick. This is going to be, they're going to give him a 1st down there.
First down,
Right.
That was a pretty good hit.
Kind of shook it off a little bit. Right, and back to that Sunflower League championship. It was unfortunate.
The loss PK2, that definitely hurts.
Right. Yeah, here's Bowen here. The sling over to Max Tucker on the right side. Tucker running, taken out there pretty quickly, but yeah. Max Tucker's been a pretty good slot option for him off the bench, playing more and more now than he was before. It looks as if Tony Friends isn't really playing tonight, so he's always a little bit more of a presence when he is, or when Tony Friends is out. Max Tucker usually comes in for that slot and does a good job. We're still working on that clock for you guys. Wait, no, we actually, looks as if we've got the clock capability back. 45 seconds left in the first quarter for us. Some annoyances here from the crowd with the ref here. Looks as if they're going to be put back now on the 18-yard line. Quite a ways away from the first down.
We saw a ball.
Right.
It's just quite finding it.
Right. They're just not. All right, here's Cole Long up the middle, trying to make something out of nothing, and couldn't quite really put that much of a dent into it. We're going to have 2nd and long here. But, yeah, like you were saying, I mean, the Lancers, they were kind of put behind with some of those penalties, but Bolin was able to make up for it over the passing game. That's what that's kind of what I was meaning by we had a slow offense. We were getting stuff done. It was just slow with all those penalties.
And I think it's, now we got a half of the defensive coordinator to kind of talk about what happened in the first
Yep.
Here's,
and here's Cole Long. He's got a pretty big opening here, running hard and breaks the 50-yard line. Again, they're trying to make up for those penalties, but another flag.
Penalty on the play. Special thanks to Allied Freshman Company supporting Shawnee School District. Allied Freshman Company is a proud provider of vending services throughout the district. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a reminder that tonight is Coaches versus Cancer Night. Receive
Alright, sorry about that. That's the end of this first quarter for the Lancers there. Sorry about the cut off there from the mic, but I mean, after one, Dinyer, I mean, they've just had some difficulty really staying consistent has been the main part. Really staying consistent has been the main part. Yeah, I mean, for the Lancers at least on offense, they've been doing a good job. It's just the penalties have been putting them back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost as if they're kind of kicking themselves every time they can make a big break. It's been a penalty, or every time that Bowen can really make up with a big pass, another penalty gets stacked on top. So we'll see if they can change that here. Bowen, another pretty great sling, and that one looks like it's to Tommy Foster there. And I mean, they're moving, right? I mean, it's plays like these, and it's plays like these that have happened, and then about maybe after this play or so is usually when a penalty comes up and puts them right back 20 yards behind the first down.
You almost got to. Yeah, it's going to be hard, though, if we can't convert here to just, we got to kick it off, give them to their field position.
Just hit me. All right, and pretty big pass there, it looks like, from Bowen to and another flag.
Wow.
Okay, looks as if we've got pass interference here.
First and 10 Lancers at the Owl 44-yard line.
And Bowen there again, taking it himself, opting for the slide just to avoid kind of a big hit. He did have one earlier. But good to see Bowen getting out on the run game. I mean, he has, I think, mostly been kind of that passer. So it's good to see him just find those openings when really he doesn't have another option.
Right. All right, here's Bowen calling from the motion from Max Tucker. Taking it himself, he's looking up the right. He's going to have to scramble. Trying to get it out, throws it pretty deep and just high enough to go out of bounds. Preston Reynolds looked it off a little bit there.
Tough pass there. I mean, he had two people on him. And
right.
It's just such a narrow window you got to thread.
All right, here we go. They're going to have third down here in around 4 with 10 minutes and 24 seconds left here in the second quarter. All right. All right, it looks like we're going to have a trip set formation here. All right, here's Bowen taking it himself. And sacked from behind there is Bowen. And they're going to be facing fourth down here. Not getting too much help from his line, it really looks like tonight.
He's been kind of out on an island, and he's just really been kind of having to scramble in the last few.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll see it. We'll see if they can shape that up a little bit. Now we've got 4th and 4 here for the Lancers.
And opting to go for it.
All right, he's got no running back by him. Bowen scanning up to the right side. Great pass there to Preston Reynolds.
Good catch there. Dude a little bit behind him, but holding on to it as it gets taken down. I mean, can we just talk about how good of an athlete Preston Reynolds is?
Right, I mean
he was playing varsity basketball last year.
Yeah.
And, as just a junior, he's always been kind of younger, but he's just really filled into any role in any sport really well.
All right, let's see what the Lancers opt to here on first down on the 30-yard line here. All right, takes it in the shotgun. Bowen looking left, going to have to scramble again, not getting any help from his line there. They broke right in again on the screen pass. It looks like Hoover and Bowen are communicating pretty much about that. You can see them shaking their heads a little bit there. So now we're going to have 2nd and 10 for the Lancers. All right, here's Bowen, takes it. The fling to the right, caught and brought down just a few yards before he caught it, but he's going to have forward progress. Probably going to be a 3rd and 5-ish for the Lancers here. Not really moving fast on offense,
but moving nonetheless. And I think we're kind of we're converting on the plays that count, 3rd downs especially.
Right.
We've been converting on, and yeah, and even we've been had a couple 4th down saves that we've made, but we're just chipping away right now early at the
I mean that's kind
of
been a theme of tonight, really. I mean, both teams kind of doing a pretty good job of really keeping the ball for a long time. They've been controlling the ball.
Bowen taken
for a
down
while,
hard again. That
of
offensive line is not protecting the quarterback too well. He looks pretty shaken up there.
Yeah, I know. No, Bowen's been getting a lot of pressure tonight. We can see if some of those linemen can kind of shape that up a little bit. I mean, Joe Cross seems to be clearing up that middle, but it looks like it's almost coming from the left side most of the time. All right, we'll see what they can do here. Bowen here going to have to call a pretty comprehensive play. He's got around a 4th and 5 to clear here with 8 minutes and 33 seconds left in the second quarter. All right, he's going to have Tucker shifting to the left. Yeah, it looks like they're going to have a timeout for East here. Let's kind of discuss what they want to do. I mean, Dinyer on offense, what do you think you're doing right now?
I mean, we've had a lot of 4th down conversions, I feel like, this half. And, I mean, it's impressive, but they go to what works, and they kind of, you know, throw it to a flank on the side.
Right.
We haven't been running the ball a ton this game, really, not as much as you've especially seen in last games, or like just the previous games. I feel like we're always kind of giving it to Tony, giving it, you know, off to one of our great runners, but, you know, it just hasn't been working, I feel like, and I think, you know, maybe he switched the focus more to the pass game that I think we've been exploiting, or it's that Olathe West, you know, has a little bit of a lack in covering the pass game.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely been something. It's interesting that Tony Friends hasn't really been in as much tonight.
Yeah,
I mean,
we have not seen him, and I mean, God, the kid might need a breather.
I mean, yeah, he could use one. But I mean, especially just kind of, it really shifts their offense, not having him here.
For sure.
And then along with those penalties, it's been tough for them to really kind of chip into this Olathe West defense, at least at a speed that would be conventional, or like kind of moving down the field with a type of tempo. It's kind of just slowed for both teams. But right now, I mean, I'd probably expect a down and out or a quick slant from a wide receiver.
Yep.
We'll see what they go with here. Bowen in the shotgun. He got a blitz, so he had to give it pretty quick, and it looks like that's Max Tucker.
And will that be
on the reception?
They're calling
it. Call it a first down. Max Tucker there with the reception.
And there you see it again, converting on 4th down plays. You know, we're pretty good, and I mean, that's definitely good to see. I feel like we've kind of struggled with that in the past, and have just had to, you know, consistently give the ball back up.
Yeah, we've got about a 53% 4th down conversion rate this year. We've had 9 4th down conversions this year, so that'll add a 10th there. All right, here's Bowen in the shotgun. Scanning, throws it. There's Cole Long. Great passing, great catch there by Cole Long. Touchdown, Lancers. And that is going to make it 12-7 here for the Lancers. Bowen got it away just in time, and I mean, that's kind of been the motive.
Yep.
The main kind of mantra for him tonight is get it away quick.
He's definitely adapting to maybe having just a little more pressure tonight. You know, Olathe West D-line is tough, and you can tell. And so he's been really good at kind of scrambling and, you know, getting it off when it matters.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's done a great job of kind of, adapting, just like you would say. I don't know what it is about this Olathe West team, though. It could be the cold, it could be the line themselves, the offensive line themselves.
It looks as if we missed the extra point again.
Yeah, wow. So
interesting.
Yeah, only up 12-7 are the Lancers now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see what they can kind of do here. Whether or not they can kind of put a little bit of a stop on the Olathe West offense, but I mean, it's just kind of been a long, drawn-out set of offensive success.
Yeah, just, chipping away, 5 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards, But, at the end of the day, we scored, and I think what just has to happen is defense has to just step up. And I think we'll do a little better this half. We saw Olathe West defense definitely a little tougher for us there. I think after, the coordinators kind of got to their players. So we'll just see, what adaptations we make, what we change on defense.
All right, here we go. Setting up the kickoff here, the Lancers. And it's off, not too far though, bounces around the 22. Taken up by Olathe West here. Punches it into around the 32-yard line here.
Tackle there by number 10, Bryce Terrell.
So yeah, pretty good return for Olathe West there. And they're going to be facing a 1st and 10 around the 32-yard line. So we'll see what they can do here. But again, Dinyer, it's that question of whether or not East can, even force a turnover or something like that to where they can really flip the momentum to their side. Because, this win is tenable.
Oh, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
12-7. The Lancers coming in at 2-5. Olathe West coming in at 4-3.
And seemingly coming out with a pretty hot offense. Getting the ball moving for sure. And we've kind of struggled with that in the past. But, yeah.
All right, here they go. And starting out in the shotgun, a pretty quick give there to the running back. Yeah, that's
stop
a run
there.
there by number 15, Andrew Favreau. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of been the conventional set for Olathe West. They haven't really gotten out of that shotgun set with the Favreau there right next to the quarterback there, which is Alex Burge at number 2. All right, he's got a trip set on his left. Burge now takes the snap. Again, the give to Favreau. Favreau trying to make something out of it and maybe gets a couple yards before being stopped up pretty quickly by number 36, Ben Lecce.
A little more energy, it looks like, coming out of this defense. 2 pretty good early stops. Nothing substantial.
Looks like Sam Schlody was in on that tackle as well. All right, here's Burge. Takes the snap. Almost nope, it's actually a pass up to the left side. Pretty successful there. Number 16, Caden Bernard.
And he just had
the catch.
He was open by a mile there.
Right.
Definitely a lapse. I mean, yeah, he was by himself.
Right. They're set up in trips right. Nearly jumped, and they're going to call offsides on the Lancers. Yeah, I mean,
Oh man, gosh,
that's brutal.
you got to watch that. I mean, that's something that can really get a game just kind of
Especially in high school. I mean, the hard count is something that, I mean, no real high school team can really iron out the details there. I mean, or iron out that urge to jump.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it looks like it was on the right side as well from the Lancers there. Pulling an outside linebacker in.
Caden Bernard on the touchdown catch, but penalty on the play.
All right, here we go. Sorry about that. And another penalty. Moving the ball back a little bit. This time it's on Olathe West. And they're going to be left with around a 1st and 15. So we'll see what Olathe West goes for. I mean, really it's been both sides just kind of trading penalties, keeping the offense on the field for a long time. No real composure. All right, Burge going to take it himself on the left, taken down with a force by number 19, Sullivan Gotch there.
Surprised something wasn't called there. After he tackled the quarterback, he almost gave him a little push in the back when he was on the ground. I don't know. But
just getting a little bit.
amped up.
Yeah, a little amped up.
Nonetheless, though, definitely good eyes.
I mean, that's a great job there by Sullivan Gotch to get in there really fast, too, before Burge could really even take it left. All right, so we'll see what they go with here. Burge got 2 receivers on either side. Takes the snap there. Thought about giving it off and doesn't. He's going to try to get it. Scrambles somehow. And nearly tipped and picked. But that's a pretty great throw for where he was. I mean, pretty trapped in that scenario. Made his way out of the pocket to the left. Threw it pretty high to number 4, Jackson Novacek. And Novacek couldn't quite hold on to it. Some good D from the corner there as well. All right, and we got trips right here. Oh, and a big run there.
And that will
huge hole in the middle.
Man.
And 15, Anthony Favreau there. Gonna have the touchdown there. I'll have to run up the middle, and pretty easy makes his way through the Lancer secondary there.
I mean, yeah, just another gap. And another thing that's going to be tough about this game is missing field goals is going to definitely wear on us a little bit. We're going to just have to make up with that with really just stopping Olathe West on one of these drives. Because, you know, what good are the touchdowns if we're still going to be behind 2?
No good on the
good on
PAT there
one.
from Olathe West. So they're only going to be up by 1. I mean, just kind of a lackluster game tonight.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
That's kind of what it's been. Definitely a ton of penalties, both sides coming out here. I mean, they're definitely doing their part, but just not a great showing for either side, if I'm honest. But, I mean, we'll see what the Lancer offense can turn into here. 4 minutes left. I mean, most of their drives tonight have been around 8 or 9 minutes on offense, so we'll see what they can do in 4. But maybe they have a little bit of a kick in the butt after that, a little bit of an opportunity to kind of wake up here and take the ball down a little bit quicker. But, I mean, I think opening up that pass game is pretty essential, too. I mean, for Ryan Bowen,
with Tony out, we cannot have that solid run game and just get him for the almost guaranteed 3-5 yards because he's just such a strong player.
All right, there's the kickoff up to the right side. It looks like Jerry Walker was going to take it, but it goes a little bit further behind him. And ran out of bounds there, probably around the 24-ish. And it looks like that was Bryce Terrell there on the return.
Olathe West been having a little better field position on kickoffs.
Right. I mean, they've been taking it around to the 32 every time. All right, well, the Lancers are going to come out on offense. I mean, again, I think it's Ryan Bowen on the pass game that we're going to have to probably go to. Not as much on the run game we've had, at least not as quickly. So with 4 minutes and 11 seconds, I think the run game is pretty important, but I think right now your main focus is those down and outs and some of those quick slants that Bowen was really completing to Max Tucker and Preston Reynolds and such.
And we got Cole Long on the run.
And Long getting a few yards there, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3. But again, that's kind of been what we've seen tonight. In the absence of Tony Friend, still not sure. We'll try to work on why he's not out here and let you guys know. But Tony Friend's still not out here. We're not sure why. Tony Friend's been a huge force for this Lancer offense, kind of what they revolved around. I mean, 147 carries, 996 yards. That's in the rushing game. But he's also their fourth leading receiver. I mean, he's got 182 yards receiving. So, I mean, he's been a force in almost every way on offense for him. All right, here's Bowen in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers on his left. Bowen trying to make
gets out again.
He gets out of it, and he's going to slide and get the first down. Hit pretty hard, pretty late. But Bowen going to get the first down there.
And then again, we see it. We see Bowen really taking the ball into his own hands and finding those windows when he can't find a receiver.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been afraid to really step out tonight. I mean, that's something throughout this year. He's kind of been more of an in-pocket passer, and he's kind of slowly grown into this kind of really running wherever on the field. It's kind of been his thing. All right, here's Bowen here. He's got a trip set after he brought Max Tucker out. Alone in the backfield pretty quickly.
Cole
Gets
Long.
out there. Cole Long on the screen pass. He's got a little bit of
good stiff arm
ground there, and he gets to around the 45. Lancer offense, they're moving. All right, they got 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. All right. All right. So we get the Lancers timeout here. Looking at a 1st and 10 with around 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. So, I mean, if it's me, I think the Lancers right now, they need to look to the pass game. It's been what's working the best for them. I mean, we saw on that screen play there to Cole Long, they can even make the screens work. It's just been tough to get those runs, especially the ones up the middle, to really work, even though Long's been pretty successful in the short receiving route and getting some pretty good yards after contact and yards after catch. Aside from that, I think the Lancers really need to focus on some of those quick slants that they were doing earlier in the game. And those are kind of what you want to target first, because those are kind of going to end up in the middle of the field. Going to probably still run down some of that clock, but I mean, that's getting them a solid 9-10 yards every time. And then some down and outs as the clock starts to slowly creep back to 0 to make sure that they're controlling it and getting out of bounds. And they got 2 timeouts, so we'll see what they can do there to compose and really control the clock. All right, here's Bowen in the shotgun. Calls Max Tucker to the left. He's going to have to scramble again. Bowen slides, and he's going to get probably around 4 or 5 yards there. And the Lancers are moving, but so is the clock. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. And Bowen's going to motion him back out. He's got Cole Long next to him now. Trip set on the left. He's got Bowen. The give to Cole Long pretty much immediately and taken down very quickly as well. The clock running down now. And I mean, yeah, that's been a main. We haven't really seen much from Cole Long in terms of up the middle runs as of late for this offense. So pretty interesting that they'd go with that, especially with 2 minutes left in this second quarter before we move to the half. All right, Bowen flanked by running backs here. Couldn't quite get a handle on the snap. Now he's going to fire it left, and it's picked there by Olathe West up the right side. That is number 3, Trey Kraus there, and finally brought down around the 29-yard line. That's a big play for Olathe West. And it looks as if, looks as if the Olathe West offense now going to take over with 1 minute and 42 on their own 29-yard line. Not what you want to see if you're the Lancers offense right now. Thought I saw a flag go down over there on the other side of the field. Must have been on Olathe West. And they must have declined the penalty.
He's out of bounds.
And it looks as if the ref is discussing something here, which gave Olathe West a bit of a break there to regroup and kind of formulate their offense before they come out here. 1 minute and 42 seconds to see if they can punch it 29 yards forward and get a touchdown here with an even bigger lead. And there's a great pass to an open receiver, and that's a touchdown for the Lancers. And pretty wide open, too. On the left side, it looks like that was Caden Bernard there with that catch. Just got the edge on the corner, couldn't quite bring him down, and it took him one throw. So now the Olathe West Owls up 19-12 against the Lancers. And we'll see if this PAT can make it an 8-point lead. All right, lining up. The kick is off, and it splits the uprights, so it's good. The Owls on top of the Lancers 20-12 with an 8-point lead. So, I mean, if the Lancers go down and score a touchdown, you can probably bet that they'll go for 2 here to try to tie it. But, I mean, that's really what they're probably going to go for. I mean, you can't really penalize Ryan Bowen on that interception. He really didn't have almost any time to really compose a good throw there. And that's kind of what we've been seeing all night. Some real difficulty from the offensive line to really keep control of the Olathe West D-line. Has been kind of a common trope. All right, Olathe West now here on the kickoff. East going to be taking it, and we'll see what they can do in 1 minute and 35 seconds to try to tie this up. But, I mean, Olathe West got 29 yards on one pass and about 7, so we'll see what they can do here. And there's the kick. Not very far and not very high. All right, taking it there is Price Terrell, trying to make the most out of it, and gets around the 25-yard line before he's stopped. All right, so we'll see what the Lancers can do here with 1 minute and 28 seconds left.
Lancers take over at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
All right, joining me now is Ty Browning here.
How's it going? We've got a good game going so far.
All right.
Let's see what the Lancers can do with the possession.
All right. So we've got a run here from Cole Long up the middle, trying to make his way. The ref gets knocked down. And we've got a first down there.
Yeah, great effort by Long to burst through that line. And
Yeah, great effort by the ref.
yeah,
Ref there.
tried to get in the way.
Yeah, the refs are out to get you.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got Bolin here in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers on either side trying to speed it up here. Bolin again going to try to get out of the pocket, flings it as hard as he could, and it doesn't quite get as far as he wanted it to.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 2nd down and 10 for the Lancers, but I mean, that's something we've seen all night. So really just kind of tough for Ryan Bolin to make anything out of the time he's got with the ball. I mean, they've been primarily over the ground because for whatever reason Tony Friends isn't playing tonight. So they've got to really operate over the air. So I mean, he hasn't had really any opportunity to set up a good one because, I mean, again, this defensive line has been just swallowing up anything they can really do on the ground game.
And they've been getting after him in the backfield as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's not really what you want to see if you're the Lancers. You know, they know they've got to pass, and it looks like they'll be taking a timeout here to discuss what they want to do further.
Right. I mean, I don't really know if I see an obvious option that's really going to get him anywhere unless this offensive line can at least strategize to where they think this pass rush is really going to try to come in.
Yeah. I think they need to stick to what's working, which is quick passes. You know, get the ball out of Bolin's hands quick, let the receivers run. You know.
Right. They've just got to, they got to capitalize on the fact that they don't have much time, and the quick pass game has been working. I mean, for whatever reason, the Lancer wide receivers have been able to get out of the corner's grasp pretty easily and been able to kind of tear down the medium, mid-range pass game.
Yeah, Reynolds has been a nice target for
Right.
Bolin.
I mean, Reynolds has been all over it this year in terms of receiving. By far the reception leader for the Lancers at 483, with Ben Beichman in second with 198. So he's by far the most constant target. Cole Long up the middle trying to punch it through. Pretty successful run there, but not entirely sure why they'd go with that.
It looks like they're trying to make Olathe take a timeout, which
Oh, it looks like they took
the
one
Lancers just take a timeout.
Yeah, I think they did. Whoa, wait, he just actually motioned it to Olathe West.
That's what would make sense. It seemed like they were just trying to run the clock down.
But, I mean, Olathe West wants to get this ball back one more time because, I mean, they're in a really advantageous position right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw what happened there with Bowen's interception. The return on the interception was probably the most significant part, considering he went from around the 25-yard line of the opposite side of the field all the way down to the 29 of the other. And so they really, all they had to do was one high fling for 29 yards, and that was their touchdown. It was pretty easy for him. So, I mean, if they can get the ball around the same place in 45 seconds, they could probably do it. So we're going to see the Lancers here punt it with 45 seconds left.
And we've seen the Lancers struggle on special teams. They have not been able to take down the returner very easily.
Yeah, I mean, that's been something that's kind of gone on throughout this year, so we'll see.
Oh, he's taking a fair catch, trying to go.
Yeah, did take
trying
a
to
fair
conserve
catch
time. He kind of tried to run.
Interesting. I mean, he would have gotten swallowed up pretty quick. So
fair enough.
Fair choice there by Olathe West. But regardless, they're going to have a pretty big chunk of the field to overcome with 39 seconds left in this game.
0 timeouts.
Right, and no timeouts. So, I mean, expect a lot of down and outs. Expect a lot of high targets down the field because, I mean, they just need something deep or they need something that's short and outside to really kind of control this clock. Or they'll run it out. I mean, I don't know. It really depends on what strategy they're going for here, whether it's conservative or they're just going to try to run up the score with the advantage of halftime. All right.
They will try
Here's
to pass.
Burge here. Fires it up the left side, right? Like we were talking about, up to the outside. Pretty much textbook. That's pretty much exactly what you wanted.
Nice little
out
out route.
bounds there. It looks like number 4, Jackson Novacek there with the catch.
Good job of catching it on the sideline and immediately just
getting
out of
it
bounds.
out. Yeah.
That's what they needed to do.
Exactly. And, I mean, even a kick, you don't really think about it, but, I mean, even a field goal could be pretty advantageous for them here if they can get it.
That would put it at a 2-possession game.
Just a little short. Are they going to call it a catch?
That would be bad.
They called
for
it a catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he probably should have just dropped that.
I mean, this ref has really the refs had some difficulties
and he spikes the ball.
Getting some pretty fiery reactions from both the crowd and the coaches sitting right over here by us, but shaved about 4 seconds off that clock. But they've got 15 seconds here at around the 47-yard line.
Yeah.
The opposite 47-yard line to try to get this at least into a field goal range or touchdown. But, I mean, you're not going to get a field goal at this point. It's pretty obviously going to be a touchdown. Yep, they're going to call a false start on Olathe West, which is certainly not what they needed at that point.
Yeah, those are not the mistakes they want to be making right now.
Yeah.
So will the time go off as well, or will it remain at 12 seconds? Because it looked like it's a false start, so they blew it dead before the play.
Right, which would mean that the time
hypothetically,
the time would naturally be changed back to 15 seconds if it's going correctly. But I mean, this has been a pretty lackluster game on and in the officiating game too. Well, it looks like they are going to give him 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, there we go. They're resetting the clock.
How about that? All right, so now, and the refs are stopping him again.
All right.
It's been a pretty tough game. All right.
So the Owls have a shot.
All right, in the shotgun here. Looking, fires deep and left.
Oh, and he
just
was open.
past him. He was open there on the coverage there by number 33, Brady McDonald. But for East, nearly broke it there. That would have been pretty hard to see going into halftime.
Yeah, that would be a huge momentum crusher for the Lancers.
All right, well, we'll see what Olathe West goes with here.
They've got 11 seconds, so just enough for about 2 plays if they're lucky.
Yeah, these are going to be deep plays, though, so if they complete anything, it's likely to be the end.
Yeah.
They got a trips right formation, so they're probably going to stack the receivers, maybe stagger one to the left. All right, they're actually going to punt it. How about that?
Interesting.
And they're going to leave it down at around. Yep, they're going to let the clock shave down. Pretty good move there by Olathe West.
Yep.
And a pretty tough half overall for the Lancers. I mean, a pretty tough half for both sides. I mean, definitely something where just pretty sloppy overall. Yeah. I mean, really in an officiating stance and a playing stance, it's been a lackluster game. And I think for the Lancer offense especially, they need to come out with a certain fire in a certain sense that they really need to overcome that because, I mean, the defense isn't really stopping Olathe West at this point.
Yeah. Now, the Lancers need to do something. They need to make a change in the second half, and they need to be a little bit more aggressive, I think.
Right. We'll be back with you for the second half. Thanks for sticking with us. Right now, the Lancer Dancers and the marching band are going to do their halftime show, so we'll be back in around 20 minutes when we're ready for this third quarter to start.
They scored 5 touchdowns and only got credit for 2. Or whatever for 3. They got the penalties called back to the scores and they turned around and did it again. Why don't they throw Joe in the middle? It's just clog up the middle. Big body. Use him on offense. watched the KU game against Texas. I watched some of it, but yeah. So KU hasn't had tickets in years. I mean, I've had tickets for 40 years. I've had tickets that I finally gave them up. But we haven't had a decent coach in here. And, well, his assistants. And that's what it takes. I'm surprised he got as good as assistants. Because they were in that game. And what happened, and their defense just ran out of gas.
For tonight's halftime activities, we will recognize the 2019 Marching Lancer Band Seniors. Seniors and parents will line up, step forward, and be recognized. First, Ben Atterbury. Ben is escorted by Jen and Aaron Atterbury. His band memory is to dance on New Year's Eve in Italy. Ben would like to say to his family, thanks to my parents for all the love and support throughout high school.
On the field the whole time. In the fourth quarter.
Gabby Buck. Gabby is escorted by her parents, Kay and Greg. Gabby plays the tenor, saxophone, flute, and violin. Gabby's favorite band memory is always twinning with Miss Babcock. She would like to thank her family for supporting her when she decided to join band and for paying all the band fees. Lily Campbell. Lily is escorted by her parents, Mike and Rachel, and her sister, Julia Campbell. Lily plays the French horn and piano. For Lily, every marching band competition has been her favorite band memory. Lily's words for her family, guess what day it is? Oscar Conway. Oscar is escorted by his parents, Adrian and Corey Conway. He plays the flute. Oscar's favorite band memory is all the sectionals because they were crazy fun. To his family, Oscar would like to say thank you for always being there for me. Josephine Cotton. Josephine is escorted by her parents, Amy and Greg Cotton. Josephine plays the flute. She was a flute section leader for 2 years and plays in a symphonic band. Her favorite band memory is definitely Italy. Josephine would like to thank her family so much for everything they've done to support her through these 8 years in band.
Offensive coordinator and sort of like public relations.
Annie Gorman. Annie is escorted by her parents, Jason and Amanda Gorman. And her brother, John. Her favorite band memory is marching in the New Year's parade in Italy. Annie would like to thank her family for supporting her and listening to her in the early years.
You're right. I think he did get a taste of it. I remember he was
Ben Hazlett. Ben is escorted by his mom, Sherry. Ben plays the sousaphone. Marching the streets of Rome is his favorite band memory. To his family, Ben says, thanks for always pushing me to do my best. Tally Hawes. Tally's escorted by her parents, Lisa and Todd Hawes, and her sister Taylor. The band trip to Italy is Tally's favorite memory. She would like to thank her parents for supporting her through this journey and bronze status on lock. Sarah Lynn Hood. Liz escorted by her parents, Jake and Shelley Hood. Favorite band memory is freshman year, probably during band camp. We had a run of Friend Like Me with the full force of the band, all knowing our parts. I felt like I was part of something for the first time.
Athletic director at the time was the guy who
Olivia Hughes. Olivia is escorted by her mom, Leslie. Olivia plays the flute and piccolo.
he wanted to pick his own coach.
Olivia would like to thank her family for supporting her in everything she does.
I can't remember his name. Didn't he end up picking the kid, the black guy from Nebraska?
Adam Justice. Adam is escorted by his parents, Jason and Kimberly. Getting lunch with the section during band camp is Adam's favorite band memory. He'd like to thank his family for driving him to 0 Hour and coming to so many band events.
And he had like a 5-5 record in Buffalo.
Aislinn Kinsella. Aislinn is escorted by her parents, Karen and Nicole Kinsella. She plays the clarinet. Her favorite band memory is spending time with her friends at marching festivals. Aislinn would like to thank her family for all of their support. Christopher Short. Christopher is escorted by his parents Brian and Amy Short, brothers Will and Harrison, and sister-in-law Hannah. He plays the trumpet, mellophone, and the French horn. Going to Italy is Christopher's favorite band memory. To his family, Christopher would like to say, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being my biggest fan. I love you all.
He wanted to he came in.
Griffin Seaver. Griffin is escorted by his mom, Laura Capella Seaver, his dad Aaron Seaver, and his brothers Darwin and Emery. Griffin plays the trumpet. There are too many band memories to choose just one. He says, music is a large part of his high school experience. Griffin likes to thank his family for supporting him in music and education. Wesley Ann Truster. Wesley is escorted by her parents Tiffany and Logan and her brother Becker Truster. Wesley plays the violin and tuba. Favorite band memory is going to Italy with her best friends. Wesley wants to thank her brother Becker for getting her involved in band. Sam Vaughn. Sam is escorted by his parents, Matt and Amy, and brother Jack Vaughn. Sam plays the trumpet. Sam's favorite band memory is visiting Assisi, Italy, and it snowed. To his family, Sam says, thank you for supporting me all these years. I wouldn't be the same without you.
The quarterback, I think, at Barraza.
Joseph Wagner. Joseph is escorted by his parents, Jake and Kate Wagner. He plays the trumpet and double bass. His favorite band memory is when Mr. Tepfer said, if you don't want to learn, then I'm not going to teach, and walked out of the rehearsal the day of the jazz concert. Joseph thanks his family for supporting his goals and aspirations no matter what.
We used to say the best coaches in the country were in high school.
Colton Weaver. Colton is escorted by his parents, Martin and Chris Weaver. He plays the alto saxophone. His favorite band memory is the Italy trip. Colton would like to thank his family for supporting him through everything. Ethan White. Ethan is escorted by his parents, Robert and Leslie, his grandparents, Wayne and Sandy, and his brothers, Nick and Alex White. Ethan also plays the alto saxophone. His favorite band memory is projecting the movie Pulp Fiction from Ridge's phone onto the bus ceiling after a marching festival and buying gifts in a Assisi. Ethan would like to thank his family and, of course, his dogs Daisy and Luna for their unending support in all he does. Shelby Winter. Shelby is escorted by her parents, Bradley and Coop Winter. Shelby plays the oboe. The Italy trip is hands down Shelby's favorite band memory. She says, being able to see new sights and take steps on the cobblestone streets with my band family was an incredible and irreplaceable experience. To her family, Shelby says, please don't take lightly how grateful I am to you all. My parents for raising me, my grandparents for greatly encouraging musical growth, and my siblings for how to work with others. Without your influence, I wouldn't have become half the person I am today. And Andrew Worst. Andrew is escorted tonight by his parents Tim and Gwen and his sister Anna. Andrew plays the tenor saxophone. Going to Culver's with the saxophone section is his favorite band memory. Andrew likes to say to his family, thank you for encouraging me to pursue things I care about, supporting me when I need it, and putting up with the noise of my practicing.
Going to Culver's with the saxophone section.
From Mr. Tepfer, I couldn't imagine a better group of kids to spend my first 5 years in the Shawnee Mission School District with. From your silly playing test videos in 8th grade band to marching down the streets of Rome, Italy with you, and this year performing the best marching show Shawnee Mission East has ever seen. You have grown so much. I am so proud of you, and you will forever be special to me. Thank you, seniors.
Isn't that where no, did we go to A&M?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your continued halftime entertainment, the Marching Lancers will present the second half of their 2019 competition show, entitled now, ladies and gentlemen, for your continued halftime entertainment, Marching Lancers present their second half of their 2019 competition show entitled Irish Rhapsody. The show features powerful Celtic dance music and tells the story of the Will-O-the-Wisp, featuring solos by Shelby Winter, flute, Anna Sophia Lahabri, flute, Christopher Short, mellophone, Sam Vaughn, trumpet, Wesley Truster, violin, Gabby Bucks, violin, Lily Campbell, synthesizer, and Josephine Cotton, Lancer band member and featured Irish dancer. Drum majors, is your band ready?
Yeah, who's the coach at KU? Turner Gill. Who did I say?
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 marching dancer.
He played at Texas. Then Turner Gill. Vince Gill. It's not Vince Young. Maybe I need to be suspended for a game. Right, my home just did Texas. He did. So I get 2 of the questions right. 2 out of 4. Oh no, that was 1 out of 3.
recognize the following sponsors. Presenting sponsors, Chick-fil-A, Big Line Edition, Leslie and Forrest Spices. Platinum sponsors, Tom Ford Family. Old Murphy Insurance, Nexus. Gold sponsors, Johnny's Tavern, Tino's Price Chopper 95th Edition, and Your Boss LLC, and Village Modern Dentistry. Special thanks to Allied Refreshment Company for supporting the Sharpton School District. Allied Refreshment Company is a proud provider of vending services throughout the district.
Come on!
Thanks to Coaches vs. Cancer supporters, the American Cancer Society is providing hope, support, and answers that will help improve and save lives. Visit cancer.org for more information. You will receive a t-shirt for every donation this evening in the southwestern corner of the field.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Olathe West. Pretty far return already there. It looks like all the way to the 47-yard line.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, right out of the gate, Olathe West coming out pretty hard.
There we
looks
see
like that was number 9, John Jenkins there for Olathe West.
We see that struggling East special teams unit. I mean, they really can't go a return without giving up 30, 40 yards.
Right. I mean, it's just kind of been a common trope. The Lancer defense really has kind of struggled to really keep a solid grasp for most of the game.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do.
The ball carrier, gain of a yard on the play, it's 2nd and 9.
Go D!
Sorry about that, and we are back. Looks like we got a penalty on the Owls there. Would have been a couple yards gained, but it looks like they'll be pushed back.
Yeah, I mean, that's been something that we've seen all night, Ty. Just a lot of penalties on both sides. They've really had some difficulty. Both offenses have had a lot of difficulty really having any sort of composure, or any sort of momentum, because, I mean, it's really been killed by those penalties. So we've seen a lot of long offensive drives, and really that's been pretty much it. Not even unsuccessful, just long.
Yeah, I mean, neither team has been very on top of their game tonight. We'll see if they can change that in the second half, but, I mean, it's looking already about as sloppy as it was before. We'll see if the Owls can convert on a long 2nd and 20.
Yeah, here they go. Screen pass there up the right side. Trucks one.
Wow.
And gets shoved out of bounds. That looks like it's number 15, Anthony Favreau, the running back there. Steps out sometimes for the receptions. I've seen him go for some quick slants as well.
It's a solid 9-yard gain on that screen pass. Good job of weaving his way through that East defense and giving him a more manageable 3rd down, although it will still be very long.
Yeah. Another thing, I mean, not to just jump on the refs, but, like, I mean, they've really slowed this game down.
Yeah.
I mean, even just there, it's just been a lot of slow communication. Really just kind of a lackluster game on all fronts.
It really has been sloppy.
All right, here we go. Slings it deep.
Oh,
Perfect pass and perfect catch there. Jackson Novacek, the catch off the pass from Alex Burge, and another touchdown for Olathe West. And the Lancers are they're having a tough time.
Yeah. And if we can see on this replay, it looked like his defender just kind of got clipped. So he would have maybe been able to defend that, but it looked like he kind of got picked by his own teammate, essentially, which is never what you want to see. So we'll see what.
Baker University is ranked the #1 private university in Kansas by U.S. News and World Report. Known for building leaders in education, business, healthcare, and more. Since 1858, Baker University has provided education for traditional and non-traditional students through small classes, innovative instructors, and rigorous coursework. Fortune 500 CEOs, New York Times best-selling authors.
And I mean, there we see just the shortcomings of this